G'day everyone. It's the 19th of June 2026. It may look sunny, but it's absolutely freezing here. Still, it's my desire to give you today's message of hope. Well, did you know early this year, a mansion in Chelsea called Providence House sold for £275 million. That's in the UK, if you didn't know. So, by today's estimate, roughly $560 million. That's not a small change, is it? And just for one house. Must be a pretty decent suburb there, yeah, in Chelsea. I think they got a football club called Chelsea. Now, Australia's own record sits about $150 million. Still, that's not a small amount, is it? Because there's a genuinely staggering number on its own. And next to Providence House, that's loose change. Now, I'd love to tell you I read that figure and felt nothing but pity for whoever now has to clean it. I didn't. Something in me stirred that I want to share with you today. Now, it's not exactly envy. I don't envy the house. It's something quieter, yeah. It's an ache for a place, heartache for a place that's finally truly enough. Yeah, I'm talking about a room you never have to leave. Let me explain, because I suspect you felt some version of that too, just from reading the headline. Here he goes. Here's what Jesus said to his disciples the night before he died. You'll find it in John chapter 14, verse 3. Oh, it's freezing. Fingers are freezing. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and will take you to myself. That way I am, you may be also. Oh, I better put on my hoodie. Okay. Now he said that around a table. Did it on the night before the cross to his own disciples, not as a general promise broadcast to everyone, everywhere. Now, whether it's yours depends on the word the Bible uses elsewhere for the people it belongs to. And the word there is true. Okay? True doesn't mean not good, not religious, not someone who's racked up enough rituals to earn a seat in that house. Personally, I went to a Catholic school for most of my schooling. I was taught about the confession box. You got to say your Hail Marys. The priest would have the beads, you name it, right? Confirmation as well. Years of it, I saw it. But nobody once sat me down and told me I'm saved by grace, through faith, and not by anything I do. Yeah? I had to find that out somewhere else much later on. And when I found it, it changed everything I thought I understood. In this case, true means repentant. That means rely entirely on what Jesus did, not what I've managed to do or you do. Right? It's not by works. Now, does that sound exclusive? Maybe. But it's not Jesus locking a door, is it? It's Jesus being honest about which door actually opens. And even the grandest house on earth doesn't last either way. Here's another story. A single mother in Australia named Rebecca Abla signed a contract with a builder in 2021. Apparently, she poured her life savings into this multi-generation home for her mother and for her children. Well, times are hard, I guess. The builder collapsed. That was the COVID season. And she was left with a frame the council ordered to demolish. She didn't get a home. Providence House will change hands one day, I'm sure, yeah? Probably get renovated and then sold again. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll eventually be pulled down like every other house before it. Hard to say at this point. But it's just on a longer timeline than Rebecca's frame. Yeah. Money doesn't secure a room that lasts. And I learned something about rooms a different way. Two ways, actually. Because years back, my wife and I stayed at a friend's place for a few months while our own house was being built. It was generally good. It was a fun season, right, to stay together. Nobody kept scores. You know what I mean. When his house finished a little later after ours, he stayed with us in return. So, scratch my back, I scratch your back. But I still remember a specific relief of finally walking into our own place, not a rental one. It was a big difference. It was all ours. And that's one small next to the other. Right? In the early 90s, I'll get to my second point, I worked at the Sheraton, cleaning rooms, and for probably just under 2 years. Man, the standard had to be meticulous, right? Your corners squared, sheets pulled tight enough to even bounce a coin, maybe. Exaggerating here. But the towel's got to be folded the exact same way, every single room, no exception, right? Every single shift. Because a guest walking into a messy room doesn't just notice it. They feel disrespected by it. And I took that seriously, like many of my jobs. I can tell you tips were rare too. It was a bonus. Most days, nobody noticed the work at all. You just did it and moved to the next door, which is fair. That's what you get paid for. Now, one day, a colleague mentioned almost in passing that Paul McCartney has stayed in the hotel. Unbelievable, on a day when it was not my shift. And management had given tickets to staff rostered on that shift. Man, I wish they hadn't told me about it. But you don't know what you don't know, right? 2 years of corners, 2 years of towels folded exactly right. Yeah, right. And the one room that mattered, I never even saw it. Friends, have you actually settled the question of where you stand with Him? Him as in the Lord Jesus Christ? Who will judge us? Not whether you've been good enough this year or even whether you've outgiven or outserved your way into His favor. No, it doesn't work like that. It's all by grace. Importantly, have you repented and trusted Him? He's the way, the truth, and the life. Or have you just assumed the room's in yours because you turn up most weeks in the church the way I turn up to work faithfully and still miss the one thing that mattered most? My friends, have some time to reflect on those questions. And that's today's message of hope. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.